and welcome to this Reiki session for, what did I say? Making the effort. So it's like your supercharged extra superpower. So whenever you need a little bit of energy boost, then come here and check out this video. Please leave me a like and a comment if you like. So we're going to do Reiki for 10 minutes. If you are a Reiki practitioner, then feel free to contribute the Reiki. I think Reiki 2 and up is good for contributions. If you've never done Reiki before, all you need to do is sit back, chillax, and let the Reiki energy of the universe come down to you and bless you and give you all that wonderful juice of energy to make the effort that you need to make in whatever direction you need. Okay, so we're going to sit here for 10 minutes and meditate. I hope you guys contribute your wonderful positive energy. I'm going to ring the bells and I will see you in 10 minutes, okay? Okay, so make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this little evening session, late night session. I hope you have a wonderful day and have that extra boost of energy. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.